All right, so to rank them, and I'll give a little sprinkle as to why I'm ranking them this way. So I think it's kind of obvious just by what I picked in the previous, all the previous points we've detailed. 78 is my favorite iteration, my favorite version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's a perfect 70s film, a perfect hybrid of science fiction and horror, and body horror specifically, which we all love. Strong cast, strong direction, strong script. I will admit, maybe the cinematography isn't as unique as 93, but there's just a lot more I love. There's very little I can complain about, and I haven't, I think, in this episode, in these 2 episodes, I haven't complained at all about much in 78, if you noticed. It was like, that's stupid. I made fun of the dog, and I even like the dog. I even like the dog homeless man hybrid. So 78, top of the list. Okay. Number 2, and this might be a shocker, Manny. This might be a shocker. I'm going 56 for my second favorite. Kevin McCarthy. I just like him, dude. I don't know what it is. I like
Kevin McCarthy's great.
I like him running around.
They're here. They're here.
Holding this beautiful woman, dragging her ass around, and like him just. There's something about his performance in that movie.
This beautiful woman.
I'm being honest. He's literally this beautiful woman.
No, it's just the way you say it. Dragging this beautiful woman. Like very caveman.
It is very cavemanish. I'm not even going to. It's 1956, guys. But I like old movies. So like I liked him just how much he was trying his best to leave this town, and there was every hurdle came in his way, and he just wanted to take this woman, beat up whatever pod person came in his way that he could beat up, and just try to get to San Francisco or the next town or Los Angeles, and prevent this. I love it. I can't say the script is great because it's a movie from the 50s and they were written so differently. There's nothing natural about any of the dialogue. I can't say the cinematography is this amazing thing because
pretty standard 50s,
yeah, everything looked the same in the 50s. So,
well, the cameras were fucking 2 tons each. Yeah. That's another thing. That's why we shot Brain People the way we did. Is because the cameras back then were so big. There's only so much you could do with them.
Yeah.
So that lended how we shot our own movies.
But yeah, there's just something about 56 I love. I just love. It's a comforting movie to watch, even though it's fucking ridiculous. But again, I like him. He's great. After that, I'm going 93. 93. I still don't think Marty is a great lead character, but Meg Tilly again and Forrest Whitaker, they own those scenes, dude. I also don't like the ending that much. We made fun of it with the missiles, but I just think the ending is kind of weak. It's just not.
The kid falling out of the helicopter kind of kills a lot.
The last 10 minutes of 93 of Body Snatchers
feels
just
very rushed.
Yeah, it's bizarre. The movie's only 90 minutes, so maybe they cut a lot out. Maybe it was supposed to be longer.
Again, I think 4 iterations of a single script is going to do that.
Yeah, but it's not a perfect film, but what it does well, the special effects, the supporting cast, the look of it is great. Even that one shot with, or was it Christine Ellis and Marty? They're in the car listening to some like generic metal music that's on that they had. It's just a great looking, like just cool scene. Like there's just a couple of the scene in the bar when they're with the guys. Yeah. There's stuff I do like about the movie. It's not perfect, hence why I have it as number 3. But again, I do what it has to offer. I do like, and a lot of it. It's just it's Meg Tilly and Forrest Whitaker, honestly. I mean, that's really my favorite things. Favorite thing, my two favorite people in 93 Body Snatchers. And at the bottom of the list, unfortunately, 2007, The Invasion. I really do like the movie.
Yeah,
I do.
I do too.
But no pods.
No.
And it does feel like a big Hollywood film. It's on the cusp of like Tom Cruise is going to jump out of a plane any minute now. Like if they really wanted to bump up that budget, they could have done something like that.
Produced by the Church of Scientology. Movie.
Yes.
Like
100%. Feels
talk
like
about pod people.
Yes. It does feel like that. It feels sanitized because it's a big budget Hollywood film. But for that, I did enjoy it. I'd watch it again. I thought it was a good movie. Like I said at the top, the very top of us covering all these movies, none of these movies are bad. I think they're all enjoyable. So that's my ranking. Okay. 78, 56, 93, 07. Manny, your ranking of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers films.
Okay, so 78 is still first.
Of course. We can agree on that.
yes, it is first. My second is 93.
I had a feeling.
And I have it a lot. I think I have 93 closer to 78 in my head than you have 78 and 56.
Probably.
Like you know, I look at that to me they are very neck and neck because 78 is everything you said about 78. Everything you said, you know? And that's what makes it the best. It is the strongest, it's the most solid, it's straight through, best told, best made film. You know, and that's it for that. 93, I think that it really just came down to production bullshit. You know, but I liked the story, I liked the setting, I liked the body horror aspect of it. I like the cast. You want to talk about beautiful women? I'm sorry, Meg Tilly is fucking gorgeous. Meg Tilly is absolutely gorgeous.
I
you know,
agree.
Seriously. You know, when you say he's dragging this beautiful woman around, I'm like, we got Meg Tilly in this.
Listen, man. We got Nicole Kidman in one of them. Like, yes, come on.
You know what? I put Meg Tilly above Nicole Kidman too.
I get
Nicole Kidman's a gorgeous woman, but I think Meg Tilly is the very girl next door to me. You know, she's very just a beautiful woman. You know,
I mean, both
Nicole
Tillys, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh yes. Nicole Kidman is more like she looks more like a supermodel.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like magazine.
I mean, isn't she was like at one point like one of the most beautiful women in the world?
Yes,
actor-wise, like Maxim's hottest woman. I don't think
I'm sure she was multiple times.
Yes.
Every time she makes a movie, well, I guess we got to put her back on the list again. You know, I like what they did that was really different, and how they changed things, and they added the familial element, the family element to it, and you know, I like Gabrielle Anwar's character. You know, I like her being this rebellious teenager who's being brought into a situation where she's being, for one way or another, pod people or not, she's being brought to a military base. And if there's one thing that exists there, it's conformity.
100%,
you know?
Yeah.
So it's like this was something that was going to happen to her one way or another, whether it was the pod people forcing her to change or just her physical surroundings. She was going to have to conform to a way of life that she was not ready for. She was willing to do, you know, and I like the parallel of that this was going to happen to her one way or another. And that goes to the ending where she's just empty. She was fighting this before she even got there, you know?
Well, she's powerless. She's a teenage girl at the end of the day.
I think that's what makes, I think that's something that the conversation you always have of what's the line between a horror movie and a thriller?
Yeah.
You know, I think that in a horror movie I think in a thriller, the things happen and the character has to change the world to survive and change their, you know, I think in a horror movie, the character is thrown into a situation that exists whether they're there or not, and they have to survive the situation. And when they're over with, the situation may continue to exist, but at least they're out of it. You know, I think that's a good portion of horror films, is somebody being put somewhere that they have to survive because it existed before them. It will exist after them. They just have to go through the ordeal of getting through it. You know, tend to be a thriller. Once the story's over, all of the thread is over with. You know, it is based on the main character changing the world. In a horror movie, the world changes the character.
Okay.
You know,
I gotcha.
And I think that's what happened. That's definitely what happens to her. Even without the pod people, she would have gone through this forced conformity because it's the military, you know?
Yeah, she's on a base, so there's going to be...
There's no escaping it.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that would have...
Well, there's even lines in the movie where she's like, the dad's like, if you want to leave, you can leave. Like,
yeah, but where was she going to go?
Exactly.
What's
she's
she going to do?
Girl.
She's a 17-year-old girl, you know? She can't leave. She's stuck there. So that's why that's this. I really like what they put into the story and all of that. And I do like the cinematography, the effects, all that other stuff. As far as the other one, I kind of put 07 and 56 on the same ground. I think they're kind of tied to me. 07 takes they're both equally strengths and weaknesses to me. 56 is mostly, my negatives in 56 is mostly the fact that it's a 1950s movie. Not that I have a problem with 50s movies, just the way they made films. The editing is very choppy. The dialogue is just so forced. You know, like you said, there's nothing very interesting about the cinematography. There's nothing interesting about the music. And it's all based on really one character, not just dragging her through, dragging all of us through this. You're just following him run through the streets.
But that one character is great.
He's a great character. Yeah. It is. It's just a great character. No, I'm not knocking that at all. But the film itself is just us running alongside this guy as he runs through the streets, yelling and screaming like a madman. You know, that's pretty much.
By the way, sorry to cut you off, but you forget how much, like watching it, because I watched Halloween 3 recently because the Halloween season just passed. And you forget how much Halloween 3 owes the original Invasion of the Body. Like, it's Tom Atkins with the girl running around. It is
totally like a pod person movie.
Yeah.
100%. Totally.
I always forget.
You know? But 07 is the same thing. It's still just Nicole Kidman running through the streets.
Just looking for her son instead.
But it's a better production of the film.
Yeah.
That's what gives me, that's why if I were to one or the other, but the problem is 07 is kind of dumb.
That's why I put it at the bottom of my list.
Stupid. Because some of it's
it feels like it's funny because you mentioned the whole thing about war and stuff at the very end, and I'm like, yeah, but a lot of that goes over your head because you're getting hit with so much other shit because it's a big film.
It's still very. The ending is just like 93. It's crammed in there.
Yeah,
they just kind of run through the ending, you know. But 53 6 does the same thing. The end, it's over. It's over.
Movies just end.
That's it. Exactly, and that's why I say it's a victim of being of 1950s movie. That's
they didn't
just
know any better.
How. No, it's. I don't even know if that's how. I don't even know if it's about the not knowing any better. That's just how they made movies. It's like you said in 93. They're just listening to this nondescript metal song. Welcome to the 90s.
Yeah.
As far as horror movies, 90s and 2000s, just nondescript metal music playing at random times. It's just a product of the time. It's not even something that like the director probably made a decision on. It went to editing. Warner Brothers or whomever the producer in the editing room said, oh, we have the rights to this song. Throw it in there. You know, like how many times you have soundtracks. The soundtracks were huge in the 80s and 90s, but a lot of them were up-and-coming bands. You'd have one or two big bands, and then there'd be a bunch of up-and-coming bands doing cover songs because this band just released an album, so we want to make them popular, you know? Like Machines of Loving Grace on The Crow. It's a great song. It's probably their best song. They don't have a single other song that sounds like that, though.
Just not for The Crow.
Nope, that's it. They don't sound like that. They are more industrial. After that, they had an industrial sound. Before that, I would compare them to the Mission UK. At no point did they sound...
Yeah.
Yes. At no point would you say that either one of those sounds like Golgotha Tenement Blues. None of it sounds like The Crow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why is Pantera on the Crow soundtrack? Why are they on there? They don't even fit. It's a great song, but they don't fit. because Pantera had just released an album and the record company wanted to make them popular, so they stuck them on a soundtrack. Rage Against the Machine, why are they on The Crow? Because they had just released an album, the record company wanted to make them popular.
I'm not mad at it, man.
No, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying that is a product of the time.
For sure, yeah.
You know? So I think the 50s, that's what knocks it down for me, is because it's a product of the 1950s. You know, and if it wasn't subject to the way the 50s made movies, if they stretched it out, I mean, how long is that one?
Which one?
The 56.
An hour and 20.
See? Make that one an hour and 40. Kill it. Don't cut the scenes off. Don't cut show things, drag it out a little bit more. Back then in the 50s, 90 minutes was it. You weren't going past 90 minutes if you threw $10 million of your own money into it. They weren't letting you go that long, you know? It was all about cut, next scene, you know? And that's why. But 07 was like, it had all this fucking money and it still made a bunch of mistakes. It still
had $80 million.
$80 million, and they still made a bit of a mess of a movie. And that's why I put them on similar ground.
But if you had to put them in an order, what would it be? You have to. You have to put them in an order.
Yeah, 07 is still the bottom by just a hair.
That
because
shocks
56. Me. No, yeah, because Kevin McCarthy's first awesome.
He's great,
and I also think that it's more of a scary movie versus the Invasion has more of a thriller suspense film. You know, Body Snatchers is more of a scary movie. Invasion feels like more of a sci-fi movie than the original does.
So those are your rankings. 78,
93, 56, and 07. But again, first two by a hair, the second two by a hair.
and mine are 78, 56, 93, and 07.
And so you've got a good like half star between each of them too. There's a clear separation for you.